Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's video, we're diving into an emotional twist. Right after Jack and Tu Tien finally find their happiness again, she suddenly collapses with a strange illness and is rushed into surgery. While Tone faces a cold prison cell and the full weight of his past sins. What happens when regret, love, and fate collide all at once? If you enjoy this story, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. Morning light spills gently into the small farmhouse kitchen. Steam rises from a pot on the stove, carrying the smell of ginger and scallions. Jack stands at the counter, sleeves rolled up, clumsily chopping vegetables while sneaking glances at Tu Tien. "Hey, chef," he grins. "Am I cutting these too thick? Be honest. Don't be nice just because I almost died." Tu Tien laughs, tying her hair up into a messy bun with flour still on her fingers. "If I was nice, I wouldn't let you near the knife at all," she teases. "But you're doing okay. Just try not to chop your fingers along with the carrots." He pretends to look deeply offended. "I rescued you from 10 years of misunderstanding, and this is the thanks I get?" She bumps him gently with her shoulder as she passes by to stir the pot. "You didn't rescue me alone," she says softly. "We rescued each other." For a while, the only sound is the sizzle of oil, the bubbling of soup, and their easy conversation. The house feels warm in a way it hasn't in years. Plates clink, spoons tap the sides of bowls, and every small sound feels precious. Later, after breakfast, they move outside together. The garden, once wilted and exhausted, now shows tiny signs of life. Jack kneels in the soil, pressing young seedlings into the ground with careful hands. Tu Tien stands beside him, handing him each plant. "Tomatoes," she says, placing one in his palm. "Future salad," he replies. "Lettuce." "Future sandwich." "Chili peppers." "Future regret," he jokes, and she bursts out laughing. The wind is cool, but the sunshine is gentle. They talk about everything and nothing, about the children in Tan Minh, about what they'll plant next season, about maybe adopting a dog someday, so Tuna won't feel lonely when Alex isn't around. Their future, for the first time, feels open and bright. In the afternoon, they clean the house together. Jack struggles with the broken broom, pretending it's a sword, dramatically fighting off invisible enemies. "Sir Jack, defender of dusty corners," he declares. "Okay, mighty defender," Tu Tien laughs, shaking her head. "Maybe don't stab the furniture." By evening, they're both tired but happy. They lean against each other on the old sofa, watching the rain begin to fall outside like a thin curtain. Jack gently massages her shoulders. "You okay?" he asks. "You've been frowning a bit." She hesitates for a second. "My hands just feel a little sore," she says, trying to sound casual. "Probably from kneading dough and working in the garden." He takes her hands in his, examining them. "There's a bit of swelling," he murmurs. "We should get you checked if it doesn't go away." "I'm fine," she insists, squeezing his fingers. "Don't start worrying over every little thing." He smiles, but there's a small knot of concern at the back of his mind. Days pass like that, soft, ordinary, and beautiful. They cook together, joke together, hang out in the garden, and sometimes just sit quietly, listening to music Jack used to play. The storm in their lives finally feels like it has passed. They've fought through jealousy, danger, and betrayal. Now it's just them. Until the morning, everything changes. Jack wakes up to the sound of retching in the bathroom. He jolts upright, heart pounding, and rushes over. The door is half open. Inside, Tu Tien is kneeling on the floor, one hand gripping the sink, the other pressed against her temple. Her face is pale, and sweat beads at her forehead. "Tien!" he exclaims, dropping to her side. "What's wrong? Did you eat something bad?" She shakes her head slowly. "My head, it feels like it's splitting," she whispers. Her voice is weak. "And my hands, they're burning." Jack looks down. Her hands aren't just swollen anymore. They're inflamed, the skin taut and red. His chest tightens in fear. "That's it. We're going to the hospital," he says. "I just need to rest," she protests. "Maybe it's just a migraine. I don't want to bother the doctors." "This isn't bothering anyone," he cuts in, trying to keep his voice gentle but firm. "You're my wife. Your pain is my problem. We're going now." She sees the fear in his eyes and finally nods. Within the hour, they're at the hospital. Fluorescent lights glare down at them as Jack helps her through the crowded hallway. Nurses rush by, monitors beep steadily, and the distant echo of a child crying adds to the noise. It's overwhelming, but Jack doesn't let go of her hand for even a second. They sit on a plastic bench while waiting for tests. Tu Tien leans her head on his shoulder, eyes closed. "Jack," she murmurs. "Yeah? If I have to stay here, who's going to feed the chickens?" He lets out a strained laugh despite the worry gnawing at him. "I'll feed them. I'll even sing to them if I have to." "Please don't," she whispers, a tiny smile appearing. "You'll scare them." A doctor finally calls her name. Jack walks beside her into the examination room. The doctor checks her hands, her eyes, her blood pressure, asks a series of questions. Tu Tien answers as best she can, but sometimes she winces and presses a hand to her head, as if the light and sound are too much. They send her for blood tests and scans. Time stretches. Jack paces the hallway, unable to sit still. Every time a doctor walks by, he looks up, hoping they're coming toward him. Hours crawl by before the doctor finally returns with a folder in hand. His expression is serious. "Are you her husband?" he asks. "Yes," Jack replies immediately. "Let's talk in my office." Jack's heart drops. He glances through the open door at Tu Tien, who is lying on a bed, eyes half closed, fingers twitching slightly from the pain in her hands. He forces himself to follow the doctor. Inside the office, the doctor sits across from him and opens the file. "We've run several tests," he begins. "Your wife's condition is unusual. There are signs of severe inflammation in her nervous system and some abnormalities that don't match the more common illnesses we see." Jack swallows. "What does that mean? Just tell me. How do we fix it?" The doctor takes a deep breath. "At this point, the best course of action is surgery," he says. "It's not a standard case. We can't delay too long, or the swelling could affect more critical areas." Jack feels the floor shifting beneath him. "Surgery," he repeats. Is it dangerous?" "There are risks," the doctor answers honestly. "But without it, her condition could worsen rapidly. We'll assign our most experienced team. You should prepare yourself and be here for her." Jack nods, gripping the edge of the chair so hard his knuckles turn white. "Can I see her?" he asks quietly. "Of course." He walks back out to her room in a daze. The hallway feels colder now, the sounds sharper. When he steps inside, Tu Tien looks up at him, reading his expression instantly. "It's serious, isn't it?" she asks. He sits down beside her, taking her swollen hands gently. He forces a reassuring smile. "They're going to do surgery," he says softly. "The doctor said it's the best way to treat this. They'll take good care of you, and I'll be right here the whole time." Her eyes search his face. "Aren't you scared?" "Terrified," he admits, voice cracking. "But I'm more scared of losing you, because we didn't fight hard enough. So we're going to fight, together, like we always have." She stares at him for a long moment, then exhales slowly. "Okay," she whispers. "If you're with me, I'm not afraid." He leans forward and rests his forehead against hers. "I'm not going anywhere," he murmurs. "Not now, not ever." As the nurses begin preparing her for the upcoming surgery, taking vitals, adjusting her IV, noting details on charts, Jack steps aside, watching every move. His chest feels too tight, but his gaze never leaves her face. Outside this hospital, the rest of the story goes on. The farm, the children in Tan Minh, the garden waiting to be tended. And somewhere else, behind cold bars and concrete walls, another man sits in silence, beginning to understand the full weight of what he's done. But for Jack, in this moment, there is only one thing that matters: Tu Tien lying on that hospital bed, and the battle they're about to face together. Night has fallen, but the hospital doesn't sleep. In Tu Tien's room, a monitor beeps in a slow rhythm. Jack sits beside her bed, both his hands wrapped around hers. "You know," he says quietly, "when I said I wanted to spend more time with you, this is not what I had in mind." Her lips lift into a small, tired smile. "Yeah," she whispers, "this place is not exactly my niche of romance. Too much bleach, not enough cake." He lets out a short laugh. "All right, when we get out of here, we're doing cake week. You bake, I chop, you yell at me. Deal." "That sounds perfect," she murmurs. For a moment, they just look at each other. "Jack," she says after a while, if something goes wrong..." He flinches. "Don't," he cuts in. "Please don't say that." "I have to say it once," she replies. "If something happens, don't spend your life blaming yourself. You already carried too much. Promise me you won't go back to just surviving. Promise you'll actually live." His throat tightens. "I'm not planning to live without you," he answers. "So if you want me to keep that promise, you're going to have to wake up and help me with the garden. Alone, I'll kill every plant in record time." A faint laugh escapes her. "I can't abandon the tomatoes," she whispers. "Fine, I'll come back." He rests his forehead against hers. "We survived 10 years of misunderstanding," he murmurs. "We survived Ton. We'll survive this too." Later, the nurses arrive. They check her vitals, unlock the bed wheels. Jack walks beside them as they roll her toward the operating area, his hand on the rail. At the doors, a nurse stops him. "This is as far as you can go," she says gently. "We'll take care of her." Jack nods, kisses Tu Tien's forehead. "Be right here when you wake up," he whispers. "First face you see." Her eyes are heavy from the medication, but she manages the tiniest nod before the doors slide shut. He stands there for a few seconds, then heads for the waiting room. Across the city, behind concrete walls and steel bars, Toan sits on a narrow bed in a holding cell. The room is bare, grey walls, metal frame, a tiny window showing a slice of night sky. There are no contracts now, no investors to impress, just footsteps outside and his own thoughts. He sees Jack tied to a chair, hears himself saying, "From now on, only me." Sees the meeting room door burst open, police entering, Jack stepping forward alive and calm, eyes full of hurt instead of hatred. "Mai is my little sister," Jack had said. "Blood sister. You misunderstood everything for 10 years, and you hurt everyone because of it." Toan stares at his hands, the same hands that signed fake papers and locked doors. Keys rattle, His door opens. "Tuan," the guard says, "interrogation." They lead him into a small room with a table and 2 chairs. Officer Tu sits opposite, a folder in front of her. "Nguyen, Tuan," she says, opening it. "You're being investigated for tax evasion, fraud, and illegal confinement. Do you understand the charges?" "Yes," he replies. "You targeted Jack for years because of jealousy and pride," she continues. "Do you regret what you've done?" He almost reaches for an excuse, then stops. "I thought he stole everything from me," Tuan says quietly. "Respect, chances, Mai. I thought if I destroyed him, I'd finally feel like enough. But none of that was true. Mai never loved me. Jack never tried to hurt me. I chose every step. I hurt him. I hurt his family. I hurt people who trusted me." His voice shakes. "I regret it," he says. "I regret who I became." Officer Tu nods once. "Regret doesn't erase consequences," she says. "You will still stand trial, but you can choose to tell the truth. If you're willing to confess and cooperate, sign." She slides a pen toward him. His hand trembles as he signs. Later, back in his cell, he lies on the bed and looks up at the thin strip of sky. "I'm sorry, Jack," he whispers. "I'm sorry for everything." Back at the hospital, time seems to slow. Jack sits in the waiting area with a cup of coffee he doesn't drink. Every time the doors to the operating wing open, his heart jumps. He thinks about the farm, about the kids in Tan Minh laughing under the rain with warm cakes in their hands, about Tu Tien teasing him when he swept the house wrong. He repeats those memories in his head like a mantra. At last, the surgeon steps out, mask around his neck, expression tired but steady. "Family of Nguyen Tu Tien?" he calls. Jack is on his feet. "That's me," he says. "How is she?" "The surgery was difficult," the doctor replies, "but it was successful. She's stable for now. The next day or 2 will be important, but she made it through." Jack grips the back of a chair and lets out a shaky breath. "Thank you," he manages. "Thank you so much." "You can see her in recovery soon," the doctor adds. "She may not wake up right away, but talk to her. It helps." When Jack walks into the recovery room, his chest tightens. Tu Tien lies there, pale and still, surrounded by wires and soft beeping, but she's breathing. He pulls a chair close and carefully takes her hand. "Hey," he says softly. "It's me. You're off-key singer and backup chef." "You did it," he whispers. "You scared me, but you did it. The doctor says you're stable. Now you just have to rest and come back. The garden's waiting, the kids are waiting, I'm waiting." He talks to her about the nurse who forced him to eat, Vin's message saying he believes in her, the chickens probably wondering where their humans went. Outside, the sky slowly shifts from deep black to soft grey. Somewhere behind concrete walls, Tuan lies on his bed with his regret. In the quiet hospital room, Jack holds on to Tu Tien's hand like it's the only solid thing in the world. "We survived 10 years of misunderstanding," he murmurs. "We survived hatred. We survived tone. So now, let's survive this too, one step at a time." Her fingers still don't move, but he doesn't let go, believing that when her eyes finally open, they'll face whatever comes next together, storm, sunshine, and everything in between. After finally clearing 10 years of misunderstanding, Jack and Tu Tien enjoy a peaceful life together, cooking, joking, rebuilding their small farm, and dreaming about the future. Just when everything seems stable, Tu Tien's hands suddenly swell, and she suffers from intense headaches. Jack rushes her to the hospital, where doctors diagnose a rare condition that requires urgent, high-risk surgery. Terrified but determined, Jack stays by her side, promising to fight this new storm together. Meanwhile, Tone sits in a cold prison cell under investigation for tax evasion, fraud, and kidnapping. During harsh questioning, he's forced to confront the truth. His jealousy, obsession with Mai, and hatred for Jack have destroyed lives, including his own. Filled with regret, he finally confesses. As Tuan faces justice, Jack waits outside the operating room, clinging to hope that Tu Tien will wake up and return to the life they've just begun.